Hello and welcome back. This is your Lord and Saint Bepis, and welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 guide series. Sorry about that. Today we're going to be talking about stress. Now, stress is a mechanic you're going to find coming up a lot in your playthrough. A lot of decisions that you might want to take will give you stress. A lot of random events may give you stress. Now, it acts less as a mechanic in the game and more like a check against your actions. Like, you can do this, but you really shouldn't because your character is going to get stressed. Now, remember in, what was it, episode 4, when we talked about the character, whatever that was, episode 4, I think. You got all these character traits? Yeah, well, those aren't just for show and stat padding. Those are how your character expects to act, basically. So, let's say you want to do intrigue. Remember, we talked about this during our schemes episode. If I wanted to try and murder scheme our brother, you will gain 80 stress because you are honest and just. You cannot do that. You cannot take that action because you will get extremely stressed for it. It's basically you going against your own personality to show you that the character you are playing is not happy with the decision that you have made. You'll gain more stress the more your character dislikes the decision. You get, I believe it's somewhere around 50 stress if you find a secret and you blackmail someone for it with Alfred, because he's honest and just. But you'll actually lose, I think, 40 stress if you expose the secret because you're honest. And there's, I think, like, either thousands or even millions of different trait combinations that will influence your stress, and even stuff like Eager Reveler will influence your stress gain. And, there are a couple of ways, though, that you can actually, lose stress, through the activities menu, which we're going to go through all the activities. But a lot of these activities will give you ways to lose stress. So if you look over here, hover over Pilgrimage, Hunt, Funeral, Feast, all those have a chance to give you stress loss. They also got other stuff they can do, but we'll get to that when we discuss activities further. Which is actually, I think, in either the next video or the video after that. But stress, you can look at your stress bar right here underneath your character. Right now, ours is 80. I think that was from when our wife died. But I think it was that and diligent planning. No. It was something. Alright. Anyway. You see how it says on the bar, stress level 0 out of 3, stress 0 out of 300, next level at 100. Stress has 3 levels. So when you get 100 stress, you get to the next tier of stress. And every tier you go up will give you penalties. So just to, I probably shouldn't do that. Just in case. Just in case. But basically, when you go up to the first tier of stress, you will have over here on your expand trait, I think? No, it will be down here. A modifier. That'll tell you what the stress penalties are, but at tier 1, it's a minor detriment to fertility. At Tier 2, it's a bigger fertility penalty and I think it's a medium health penalty. And then at Tier 3, it is a major fertility penalty and a major health penalty. And if you max it out a final time at the Tier 3, you actually have a chance to just straight up die of stress. When you reach a tier of stress, though, you will get an event that will offer you... on the top, it's always a detriment. In the middle, there's a chance there can also be a detriment, but it can also be basically a get-out-of-jail-free card. Like, our character is more than likely to trigger it. There's a chance you can get Athletic, and there's a chance you can get Confider as a stress trait. But they show up when you go up to one level of stress above when you are. You'll get the Stress Break event. And you have a chance to pick from one of those two on whether or not you can... which trait you want to pick to lose stress. But you can also, if you already have a stress reduction trait... that second option will give you the ability to use that stress reduction trait at no additional penalty. And, well, it's a minor additional penalty. I think it's like if you're a drunkard, you lose 2 stewardship for like 3 years or something. But, basically, you just give in to whatever stress reduction activity you normally do, basically. There's also the third option at the bottom, which is take a little bit more stress, but you don't gain a bad trait, and you have, by default, it's 3 years to reduce that down below the stress level. And if you have a perk in the learning lifestyle tree, where is it? Where is it? There it is. If you go over to the Learning Lifestyle tree and you grab the Mental Resilience perk, you will increase the mental break period by 3 years. It's either every 3 years you get a stress break by default, or it's every 2 years. I don't remember. It could even be 5. I don't remember. But somewhere between 3 and 5 years. Which isn't a lot of time in this game. So, you gotta... It's basically your signal to, hey, time to go host a feast or something. Let's see here. That's mostly it, but, all of the stress reduction activities, such as feast, funeral, hunt, pilgrimage, they all cost money, which might not be something you have, so you might want to consider taking a stress reduction trait. Stress is a very simple mechanic, so I don't have to spend too much time on this, but always keep an eye on your stress level, and anytime you make a decision in-game, look for this symbol going up. If it says critical next to it, it means you'll go over to the next level of stress. And then always look for this symbol right here, which with the blue arrow going down. That's the stress loss. And if you hover over that decision, it will tell you by how much stress you're losing, and also the other effects. It all depends on what character you have. Different actions will cause different levels of stress to be gained or lost. That was a very quick episode. I don't really want to unpause because I want to save what's already done here for the final episode of our Beginner's Guide series, which is going to be in 3 episodes, if I remember correctly from what I've planned out. Episode 15, it'll be us finishing up the absolute beginners. We're going to unpause. I'll show you the next steps I would take in this situation. Kind of do like a mini playthrough, like how we have done the previous 2 Crusader Kings playthroughs. but it's going to be like really slow, and I'll walk you through every single decision I'm doing, why I'm taking it, and what I'm thinking about. Whereas in the other Crusader Kings 3 playthrough, you'll see me sometimes sit there and not say much. I'm running through a bunch of different stuff in my head, trying to figure out like what'll happen if I do this and that and the other thing. It does, and most of the time I'll narrate what I'm doing in that series, and not why I'm doing it or what my thoughts exactly are. But I'm going to take the time to do that for this beginner's guide. And once we wrap through that like initial playthrough, probably won't take too long. But once we go through all that, I will show you the more advanced stuff you want to consider much further down the line than where you are. But the whole point of the beginner's guide is, like I've said before, just to give you the confidence to understand what you're looking at and just go forth and actually play the game. It's a guide only in the sense that I'm teaching you what exactly is on your screen and not how to play the game. Other games like the well, I'm not going to say what it is, because I'm doing that. There's another game made by the same company that operates differently than Crusader Kings 3. Same model of game, pausable real-time strategy. I'm doing it as a quick thing in between CK3 playthroughs, because I want to wait for the update Salve in Domino to come out. There's the new UI update already ruined the accolades system for me, because it changed how accolades work. Basically, we don't have accolades anymore, and they changed a little bit. Like, see, we do have this accolade right here. It doesn't exist anymore because the accolade thing is gone now. So that's, you know, the downside here. But all the other stuff right now is staying the same. They updated the UI for the court positions. This update happened a couple of days ago, so it's a little different. Hooks and secrets and schemes. The buttons here is bigger. It's got an icon. The faction buttons over here, bigger with an icon. You can now click on this button here to get an expanded trait menu right here. I like it. It's really nice. The modifier menu is still down here next to Catholic. Salve in Domino is going to completely overhaul the Catholic system, the Catholicism. So I'm probably going to have to remake my religion guide when that comes out. I'll put it back in the same playlist as the beginner guide, and change out the title, basically say one's outdated and one's better. The reason why I didn't do it with the accolade is because it was such a small part of the warfare video that it also still kind of gets across the point, because they changed it so how the selection screen works. I'll show you once we get to episode 15, because we're probably going to end up becoming a duke. And that might make it so that we have enough accolade limit to get a accolade again. But I will leave you all here, and I will see you next Sunday, which is probably going to be us talking about activities. I don't remember exactly, but I will see you in the next episode, so stay tuned and goodbye.